key, you will sing along. Little bit of music to sweeten up the night. Little bit of music, singing till the morning light. Well, let's see. I grew up in a home in Michigan with a mother who sort of played the piano and a dad who was a music lover but didn't have any musical skill. In fact, my daddy would pull out a wastebasket and pretend it was a drum set and just bang away on it. Early on, they discovered I had some musical gift, so they decided to get me piano lessons, and that was the beginning of a really exciting journey. All through high school, I took piano lessons, sang in the choir, etc. My piano teacher said, "You got to major in music in college." She prepared me for a music major in school. I went to Michigan State, majored in music. Actually majored in music therapy, which is training you to work with various disabled people. I worked in psychiatric hospitals for a good long time. And somewhere along the line discovered that I could sort of make up stuff on the spot, improvise songs. And when my music therapy career came to an end because our hospital ran out of money, my wife and I had married my college sweetheart. My wife and I decided maybe I should start the concert thing. So we let some folks know, this was back 41 years ago, let some folks know, and churches began to hire me. And I've been doing concerts ever since. So I live now in California, travel all over the country. I'm married. I have a wife and 2 children and 3 grandkids.
And I understand, I looked at some of your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And you like have people call out things and you put them to music?
Yeah, people, at the concert that we do on Saturday, people will tell me a story. Maybe a story about a time when they knew they were really loved. And then I'll sing their story. Or sometimes I have people call out notes and words. They just give me 3 random words and I create a song. So you could tell me something about your childhood, or you could give me random words, and I would build a song around that stuff. It's kind of fun.
You're also well, obviously you're a composer, but you've written a lot of songs.
Yeah, I have written probably, let's see, I would guess 700 or 800 songs, and that doesn't include the ones that
I was going to ask. That doesn't include the ones that you make up
that get improvised every week and that are gone, like the sun, sound like the sunset. They're just gone. They're for that moment, and that's good enough.
Okay, and you're also blind, correct?
I'm blind. Have been blind from birth.
Okay, so how does that did that impact things?
Well, you know what? I think what happens here is that, number one, people who are curious about the blindness, right, will give me a chance. They'll say, well, gee, I wonder what this guy does, or I wonder, how this blind guy plays the piano, or whatever. The other thing is, when people stand up to tell me stories in a concert, they know that I'm not looking at them, okay? And somehow that may create a safer environment. I'm not sure. The other thing is, when I meet people, my first response is to have tactile contact. I take people's arm and they lead me here and there. So that's a significant factor. And I think the fact is that I spent a lot of time as a kid sort of being neglected by other kids. I think that had something to do with the fact that I'm now sensitive to the plight of people who are disabled, people who are voiceless, people who get shafted by society. So I sing a lot about that kind of stuff.
Do you think the blindness may also kind of pointed you in the direction of music versus sports?
By all means. Yeah, because since I had nothing else to do and since I couldn't do sports, I spent loads of time practicing the piano, and that was a natural for me. I might have leaped into doing something else had I had, perfect vision.
Tell me about the program on Saturday night. What can people expect there?
Okay. Number one, I do a lot of sing-along stuff. So a lot of songs that we do I'll teach people the chorus and they'll sing along with me. We probably will have people, there's a song called Bound Together, which we'll do, that has people shaking hands and rubbing shoulders, dancing in the aisles. The first half of the concert will be a whole lot of fun. I do some comedy stuff about my high school days. And then we'll have a choir of maybe up to 100 singers. And they will sing 3 of my pieces. And they're all songs about building community and being together. Because the whole theme of the afternoon is love. Let's love our town. Love is all around us. We need to love our neighbors. And what does that mean for us in Ashtabula, Ohio? And then the second half of the show, I'm going to ask people to tell me a story about a moment when you knew you were really loved. And I will sing that story back to the person. So we'll get as many stories as we can in about 30 or 40 minutes. And that should be really, these stories all turn out to be very poignant and very emotional. And then we'll end with a grand number where we hope people will be dancing all over that room. It'll be fun for everybody.
Okay, and this is we're at Geo Ministries right now.
Yeah.
So is it understand it's benefiting Geo Ministries, or where does
yes, we'll be wanting to raise some funds for Geo Ministries and for some other causes around the area. It will be a concert to raise consciousness. I think we're doing also things for Farms for Christ. In other words, what we want to do here is both raise money and raise consciousness, but also we just want to continue to build that ethos in the community where we care about our town, we care about all the people who live here, we care about the organizations who are caring for people. You know, let's build neighborhood here.